See, this is my trainer. Your problem, you are my personal trainer to get me closer to God. Second blessing, Haman wants to give you, or he has to give you. Your Haman will make you stronger if you react rightly. Mordecai became stronger than before. Esther became stronger than before. Your problem will. That way, it's like the wind blows in one direction, you have to become stronger in the other direction. In the natural, we become stronger through resistance. The whole concept of weight training is based on the principle of resistance, or it's called resistance training. The stronger the resistance, the heavier it is, the stronger you become. I had a gym class. I had to choose a class just to make up some time, and I don't know what came over me to choose weight training. Can't believe I chose that. I was definitely the only Jewish person in that class. Big machine. The guy would blow a whistle, and you go from one thing to the next thing, and okay, out of breath, and just hope you didn't have a heart attack. Okay, now this and this. And they're surrounded by these guys whose whole life was football or wrestling, or who lived and drank and ate and dreamt about steroids. But I hated the class, and I sought to get through it with as little resistance as possible. But the thing about resistance training is you cannot avoid resistance. If you're in a resistance training and you avoid resistance, you're not going to get stronger. And so with the problem, remember that. The point of the problem isn't to weaken you. It's to make you stronger. Every problem, ask, Lord, how are you seeking to make me stronger? Sometimes by just holding on, you become stronger. Sometimes by simply doing what you did before, you become stronger. See, if you have this weight and you just kind of collapse, you're not going to grow stronger. But if you keep doing what you would do anyway, I'm going to go through my life, but I'm going to go through this situation, but I'm going to keep doing it even though these weights, then you get stronger. So if you keep praising God through the problem, you come out of it stronger. True. If you keep rejoicing no matter what, you become stronger. If you rejoice when everything's okay, that doesn't make you stronger necessarily. But if you rejoice when it's hard to rejoice, you get stronger. When it's harder to love and you love, your love gets muscles. When it looks hopeless and you hope, that resistance causes your hope to become stronger. If it's hard to believe something, but you say, I'm believing anyway, your faith becomes muscular. When it's easy to give up, God is seeking to strengthen your perseverance. God wants you stronger. He says He's the God of all encouragement. The word encouragement, what does it mean? In, courage, heart. He wants to give you heart. Take heart when you're be easily giving up. Mordecai, before Haman, just was hanging out. We don't know what he did. But now it forced him to be courageous. Courage, encouragement, courage. Haman blessed Mordecai by giving him the opportunity to become a courageous man of God. God wants you to become more courageous, less panicking, and more going ahead no matter what. No matter what happens. Your Haman will seek to bless you, or will bless you, by causing you to go against fear. The enemy wants to use these things to make you fearful, make you discouraged. And God wants you it's just not about not having fear, it's about overcoming the fear you have. Job said, what I feared came upon me. Now some preach that what came upon Job happened because he said that, confessed it. But undoubtedly, no, God already had that happening. But Job would overcome it by praising God, no matter what. Your Haman is there for you to overcome no matter what. You cannot have the victory without some kind of fight or problem. No miracle without a Red Sea. And there's no resurrection without a crucifixion. There's no healing without some kind of infirmity. There's no miraculous victory without a battle. There's no answer without a problem. To stand for God. The word, we think crises are bad. I'm going through a crisis. It's a bad thing. But in the Greek of the New Testament, the word crisis means decision. What is that crisis causing you? What's it leading to do? It's opening the door for you to make a decision. It's amazing how many decisions we make because of crises. Things that we would not decide any other time, but because of the crisis, we make a decision in our life. Often, generally it's not the good times that cause us to make those great decisions. It's generally a crisis. Many of you came to the Lord because of a crisis. It brings you to a point where you're to make a decision. You know, problems come to cause good change for you. Esther living the lie, but she was forced into a crisis where she had to make a decision, and she did. You know, it's like saying, why don't you fix the roof? Well, it's raining, I can't fix the roof. Okay, well, today it's sunny. Well, I don't need to because there's no rain. Well, when you don't have problems, you feel like, well, there's no need to do it. But when there are things that come, it's to get you to do what you have to do anyway. Haman was a blessing in that he caused things to be exposed. The enemy is the accuser of the brethren. That doesn't mean that the accusations are true, but through crises, things come out. Things come out of our life. Haman builds a gallows. The gallows ends up being used to kill Haman. Haman plotted against God's people. His plot ended up causing his own destruction. The enemy wants to build a gallows to trap you. But God will use that gallows to go against the work of the enemy in your life. You know, the cross, think about it, the cross was built by the Romans. The enemy wanted to destroy Messiah. But it ended up that the cross destroys the power of the enemy. So God will use the Haman to purify your life and to actually not just will he say that no evil will prosper, but that he'll actually cause that thing which is against you and against God's purposes to be turned around to actually bring about God's purposes. Problems cause us to deal with